The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Outside the Booth, where we talk to DJs about their life, their experiences, and all that good stuff. My name is DJ Kamish, alongside the one and only BX.
Hey now.
Well, I'm not really alongside you today, but normally I am. And, of course, Mr. 212 himself.
What up, boy? What's going
on? DJ Knuckles.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
You ain't do the womp, 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 womp.
Yeah,
life is good, man.
I gotta save it. I can't do the borough talk today. We got a big borough king in here today. We got
Absolutely. Shout out to everyone who's supporting us, watching us, enjoying us. So make sure you follow us, watch us on YouTube and Twitch. Thanks to everyone who's listening on Party 1019 FM Community Radio and everywhere you get your podcast, right? Like us and follow us, subscribe to us, review us, give us 5 stars.
Yes.
If you do not give us 5 stars, I tend to believe that you are a hater, a 100% hater.
Just hating.
We don't need
Show us some love.
Exactly. But today, just like Knuckles said, we have, let's be clear, all right? Our show have 2 people from the Bronx
Yes.
and 1 person from Harlem.
Yes, sir.
But today, we have Brooklyn involved in here.
Mm-hmm.
And Brooklyn involved heavy. Because, let me be clear. I feel like a sucker for not being there because I've known this guy 99.8% of my career. Right? We have plenty of stories to tell between the two of us and career stuff, right? This guy has been a mentor to me as well. Listen, man, the list go on and on. We can go all day about what this man's done. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome DJ S1 to the show.
Internationally known, worldwide
Dude, trying to
renowned
give me the cry.
DJ. Worldwide.
I don't cry that easy though.
Listen, man.
I ain't going for a man to cry though.
I gotta give you. I gotta ask one question. The first question I always ask all about DJs are, how did you get your name?
How'd I get my name?
Yeah.
Oh man, you might need
There's a story with that, right?
Yeah, there's a story. It's a. My name came. All right. Let me try to give you the abbreviated version.
Okay.
Remix.
My name was initially, when I started DJing, my name was DJ Riz Rock. That was my first DJ name. And of course, we know DJ Riz that does all the Crooked Clan records.
Of course.
He was out before me.
Big shout to him.
So definitely big shout out to him. So when I went to Howard University, I didn't have a name because Riz was already known. So I was just running around just as a DJ. I didn't really say Riz Rock too much because I didn't want to sound like a sucker. You back then,
Right.
You don't want to steal nobody's name. You sound like a sucker. So, I was only doing house parties. The dorm parties. If you had your own off-campus crib, I do your parties. And then I started, a couple of cats that I was running with, Ron DeBerry, my man Ben Hunter. A couple of cats started doing promotion in clubs. Mm-hmm. So it was like, yo, I'm gonna get you in the party, I'm gonna get you in the party. So I was like, I bet, So when you're in Howard, it's not like today. I went to Howard in the 80s, late 80s. You know what I'm saying? I'm during I'll tell you about the, during the Diddy era.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Were you at the party?
I was never at the parties. I was waiting for that question. That's why I paused. I never went to a party.
I was going to
It's
ask
a God thing. Yes, I wasn't.
I knew it was coming. That's why I paused.
I just didn't know if you got Diddy Five, Diddy Bop.
Listen. I know. I gotta tell you, I know Puff. I don't know Diddy.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
That is a big difference. So
big difference.
Puff was the party promoter, the guy that did the music.
Yeah.
Diddy.
I don't know Diddy.
Was the diddler.
Yeah, I don't know
the
Diddy.
diddler.
Yeah, but there was 2 other characters before that.
Yeah.
But this ain't about him, so we gonna go back.
Yeah. Just go.
Yeah, let's get back to us.
Okay, go back.
So now I was bringing records, and it was no CDs yet. It was vinyl, right? So, I had a couple of crates of records, of course, but I didn't have that many crates of records. I had enough, right? But now I'm in the club. I ain't have a name yet or nothing. Rhonda Berry was my promoter. Ben Hunter was my manager. I ain't have a name yet.
Just DJ.
I was just DJ, right? So,
DJ.
you know, when you're at Howard, you're DJing for your where you're from. So when it's time for the New York people to party, I'm DJing. When it's time for the LA cats to come, they had a LA DJ. Then
DC
Chicago
and stuff
right.
like
They
that.
all had
Okay.
their own DJ because, you know, Howard is like that. It's a melting pot. So here it comes. It's vinyl. Knuckles, you know, when you get records, you buy 2, right? Because you want to jigga.
Right.
Well, I was also from Brooklyn. I was not to be played with from Brooklyn.
I know where this is
I
going.
would just say I was not to be played with from Brooklyn.
Okay.
I know where this is going.
So basically, I would be there and a cat would throw on a record. I ain't got that.
But you,
wait.
But you got 2.
Wait.
But you got 2.
I need one of those.
So I
need
would
one.
snatch
that.
1.
That's
I
where it
would
come from.
snatch 1. Dig?
Yo,
So
fam.
my man Rhonda Berry was like, "That's your name.
That's one.
Snatch 1. That's your name."
Always snatching one.
So I would snatch 1, right?
That's
like it.
crazy.
I
I've
like
never
it.
heard that.
Yeah. So then when I got to BLS, snatch 1 is not really a name that you want to have on radio. So I had to figure out a way to narrow it down. I just called it the S. S1.
Oh, okay. But everybody, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
You know, I'll even tell you the first record that I got.
What's the snatch?
Devotion by 10 City. I tell everybody that's the first one.
Wow.
That's just like,
Cat.
it's like when somebody rob a bank. Like, yo, I
Yeah.
can do another one.
I'm trying to tell you. This is for the first time.
Yo.
He had that devotion. I was like, yo, I need that.
And what you telling us that I'm not gonna hold you. I always did my homework. This was back when we used to have all the commission. Stay with me. We had all the flyers inside the beauty salons. I literally used to go Thursday or Tuesday and go in the beauty salons and just sit there and just go through all the flyers. There was always a windowsill
Right.
for all that mess in the magazines. They was on top of the magazine, and I would read them, and I kept seeing it. Snatch.
Yeah.
I saw everybody else. I'm like, I knew them. Hell is the Snatch kid?
yeah.
I'm like, yo, I bet you there's some real short dude,
And you're not short.
and he just know the promoters, and
Right.
he was on everything, and I said, I gotta go see him. I go downtown to a club. I don't know what club it was because we was club hopping. I was with Doug Fresh,
Right.
And we went down there and you was playing. Doug had to meet somebody that came to the party, and he was over there talking, and he was like, yo, I'm ready to go. You know, they business. I talk my shit.
Yeah.
I'm going. I was like, yo, hold on, I'm staying.
Right.
I listen to WBLS every time he played.
My man.
And that's where S1 Saturdays came.
That's
That's
where-
what, that's
yeah.
that's where it came from.
That's where it came
From
from.
that club.
Well,
No,
that's
not
what
from the club. That
Saturdays
was my-
got built up. I used to DJ on BLS during the week after works. And then,
I'm pretty sure I heard you because I used to love BLS.
yeah,
back in
I
the
used to
days.
do the after works. When Earthquake, I was with Earthquake. When Earthquake had his show. Earthquake and Deja had their show.
Okay, I did listen then.
Right. And
Earthquake, your voice
Then-
used to drive me nuts.
it's my man. Leave him alone. So then when they did some, some shifting around in the station, they were like, we got something big for you. It's like, what's up? It's like, it's kind of big. It's like, what you think? He said, Saturdays at 8 o'clock. I said, 8 in the morning?
No, 8 to 10
It
p.m.
was like,
right?
no, prime time.
Oh, that's
you
dope.
getting the show. So I had to think of a concept
Right.
that would resonate. That was the thing. I'm always trying to think of something that you're gonna remember tomorrow. When I'm finished, my thing is this: when I DJ, I don't want you to even remember the DJ that was on before me.
That's right.
No disrespect.
I know
But
that's right.
I want to leave you with an effort that makes you forget that somebody was actually on before me. So when I leave the room, I don't want the guy that comes after me to make you forget I was there. I want to leave something that resonates with you. So that's when I had to think about. I said, Saturday night vibes. That's one Saturdays.
That's nice.
And then I just ran with it for a couple of weeks, and then people started coming back to me with it. Yo, that's one Saturdays. That's what I was like. Oh.
How long did you do that show? Like, what was the term?
I'm still on it. I'm going into my 5th year.
And you
up.
still doing it now?
Yeah, I still do it now.
Oh, okay.
It's going into my 5th year.
You need me to come up there and sing? No.
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 All I gotta say is Commish, Brooklyn, because anybody else would have studied.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
that's-
said, no.
No. That's okay. When you go,
I always tell people that S1 Saturdays is just the
survive.
It's actually where everything that I built up to landed. Like I did DTF radio. Shout out to DTF radio. I did For the Love of R&B at DTF radio
Yep. I remember that.
for 12 years.
Yep.
Wow.
I
that's
broke a
big.
lot of artists. Like I broke a slew of artists.
How many? Well, name some of the artists that we know that you broke.
First ever
Yeah.
on DTF when I was doing a lot, man. I mean, when I'm talking about broke them, either they were on my show when they were nobody, or I played their music first. Because R&B, I come from a time of our era. See how everybody tries to run R&B because it gets you in the club.
Yeah.
You know, but I come from a time when R&B, it was like the afterthought. You know, it either opened the building
Or shut it down.
while you were getting in there to get your seating and your crab cakes, and you know, it was either then or it was when it's time to go. You put on. Now it's the meat of the night. You know what I'm saying? It's I always tell people, look, a good R&B record will crush a good hip hop record, because a good R&B record will get everybody.
What
Everybody.
R&B record crushes a good hip hop record?
Currently,
Yeah,
Right
right
now?
now. Right now, what are you playing?
I could give you one that's not right now, but it'll still crush a hip hop record. Chris Brown, Ain't No Way,
Ain't No Way always shuts it down.
hands down,
told him personally that record is it.
hands down.
Told him personally.
I mean, Fantasia was a great record too.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Fantasia.
Yeah, Fantasia. But
yeah.
the Chris Brown record gets everybody. It gets the
That beat, the
it
drum
gets
on that.
the
Everything. about it.
everything. It gets the security guards. It gets the bartenders. It gets the coat check girl. It gets everybody.
You get that a
Yeah.
lot on that record.
Yeah.
Yep, everybody. You know, I don't have any hip hop records that do that. I
Yeah.
can't think of any.
Let me tell you, at his concert and he played that song, he did like a throwback where he had the AI just randomly pulling up his hits. That song came on, everybody in the Barclays was going crazy.
It gets everybody.
And that's the thing. Most of the R&B artists that we love, old and new, well, not new. They have a signature song.
Sure.
No matter how many
Mario
albums
has
they come
Just
out
a
with.
Friend.
Yeah. And if you think about that record, it's not no rapper on it.
Yeah.
It's a solid R&B
Solid
record.
R&B record.
Like back then, stop me if I'm wrong, I know these artists, and when they used to go to the studio, the first thing they thought about is where they're going to put this record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a radio record tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those radio records, man.
Yeah. So when I did For the Love of R&B, I was just breaking records left and right because it got to a point. Remember, you used to have the street team guys that used to come with the vinyl.
Yes.
And the
Well,
picket
Yes.
right.
signs.
Well, that fell off when CDs. And when CDs.
Yeah, because they used to have the stickers on the light poles and everything everywhere, posters.
CDs killed that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, MP3s just destroyed it altogether. So the street team guys no longer had a job like that. So they used to come to me with the R&B. Oh, yo, play this Tuesday, play this Tuesday, play this Tuesday, play this Tuesday, play this. And I would sift through. I would get hundreds of records.
Get out of
And
here.
I would. The thing about me is I listen to everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care. That's why I said when you play that, I don't care. I listen to everything. And if it's hot, it's hot.
Yeah. Because you said send it to you, so I guess it's good.
I think that's our generation of DJs too, because we're the ones that bought the whole album, and we would sip through the whole album, not buy the record, not buy the single, or buy the album and look for just that single.
You know what's funny, Knuckles? You just brought back something that I used to not only get the album, I would read
the whole.
the shout outs.
We used to read who
The
wrote
credits,
it,
everything.
the
everything.
credits, the
That's what
producer.
we
And
wanted to
that's
know.
even crazy you said that. I just had a conversation with an old school rapper, and we were talking crazy about it, and I said, nah, I'm old school. I used to read the whole album cover. If it opened, I read
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
song.
we read
And I
everything.
told him a story, how I read the back of Kumo D's album. And he said, thank you to Rakim and them for biting his style or breaking his style through. And he didn't believe me. I had to
That's
look it
crazy.
up and tell him, look.
Yeah.
And, we did our homework back then fully. So
That's a
my
fact.
thing is, everything is not in print like that no more. It's all about the air. So how do you do your homework now as far as detail and stuff like we used to do?
Me now, I trust my ear more. So I have beautiful. We have to know how to use the technology. All right, Commissioner, tell you I'm big on the technology. Like I've been big on technology for decades.
Yeah.
I want to know everything that's hot, everything that's going on. I don't know if Commissioner remember. I had a meeting one time with a bunch of DJs, and I came outside of the meeting, and you know how you have a DJ meeting outside. After the meeting outside, you just shooting the breeze amongst each other. And I remember I had my computer in my hand, and two white ladies walked up the block, and they were like, "That's a nice computer." And I ended up having about a 45-minute conversation with them about my computer. Because then I opened it up, and I was showing them,
educating them,
different things in there, and they were teaching me stuff to get. They were like, "Well, that's great for the DJ aspect of it, but you could increase your memory by purchasing." And then we were just going back and forth.
Oh, that's dope.
And
I believe this was on Lafayette Street.
yeah, it's on Lafayette. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on Lafayette.
I
Definitely.
remember.
Right, and I use these type of things to say like Shazam. Most people. They now realize of Shazam when I was on Shazam a decade ago.
Really? That's
Yeah.
how old Shazam is?
Yeah, because
Shazam been around for a while.
a long time. Because I realized two things: a company is not going to put that kind of money into their business if they don't have future plans. That's one, and two, I want to be ahead of the game. So it was technology that was useful to me.
Right.
Like. I don't know what song this is. Like some people, you ever be a DJ and you see a guy like this and he try to hide it?
Yeah.
Right? Like, bro, you don't know what song it is. Shazam it, kid.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
But it was so bad nobody was messing with the Shazam, and they walk up to your computer and go, "Yo, hold that."
Yeah.
And take a picture
Yeah.
of
That's
it. But now
hilarious.
Shazam is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but that's how I did a lot of my research. I would really utilize the technology, and then I talk to people. That art is not gone. I'm a talker. Like I love our conversations with me and you, because I never thought I'd meet somebody to talk more than me. You know?
What?
Welcome to outside the booth.
That's not in a bad way. That's not in a bad way.
I don't take it
Let
bad.
me tell you something.
But we just met and was like clicking in the conversation.
Right,
just
let me
went.
tell you something. One of the lines I hate the most of our community is "say less." I hate when people say that, because I feel you should say more. If this, the best way for me to get knowledge is from someone else who has the knowledge. If you hold on to that knowledge, I'm never gonna get it.
Yeah,
So
you gave me some knowledge.
yeah, I'm trying.
Hopefully,
well, listen,
man,
listen, that's another
You know
story.
what? We're gonna take a break real quick. We're gonna take a break real quick before we get something started that it has nothing to do with the show today. So y'all stay tuned.
Ain't
We'll be
no
right back with
way.
DJ S1, aka Snatch One.
Hey.
This is your girl BX, DJ Knuckles, DJ Kamesh. We'll be right back.
Give my single back, S.
The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
All right, we're back. Outside the booth.
Yes, sir.
DJ DX, DJ Knuckles 1212, and Brooklyn Zone DJ S1. We're here. S1, I gotta ask you. We gotta go back to your early career, like you. Okay, let's go back to when you graduated. Finish Howard, right? You came back to New York.
Well.
You want a drum roll?
I had some issues in DC. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. You know,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn came out
Yeah,
in
Brooklyn.
DC. So I finished in Brooklyn, but I did some time in DC.
Okay. So let me ask you this: How old were you when you first realized that you wanted to be a DJ? Like, when did it wake up to you? Like, when did you wake up saying, "This is going to be my career. This is it for me"?
I'm glad you asked that question. The way you asked it, I explain this to people all the time. This is one thing I treasure explaining. I've been DJing since I was 12. You know, my uncles had equipment. My uncles DJed. You know, they did parties and all that. So I used to break their needles all the time, right? But it wasn't until I was about 25 that I started getting money. And I'm not talking about the Howard money because that was pennies. I'm talking about when you really start getting money, and now you like, I think I could do this for real. Like, you know, that's, I say when I was like 25. And I wasn't getting club money. You know what I was getting? I was doing
Corporate parties and
No. I was, this is crazy. I was doing remixes. I was doing acapellas on beats. They call them blends or mashups now, which is crazy. But I was doing those, and then I would put them on cassettes, and I would sell them to cats with no name on it, right? And then they would pop up, you know, somehow on these white label records, right? They would just give me a flat rate, like, yo, I'll give you $100, $200 for 5 mixes. And then they would pop up on these white labels with somebody else's name.
shut the front door.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
I got about $1 million
crazy.
of white label.
I'm
Rocket
trying to
Soul
tell
was
you,
the king.
Rocket Soul, Beat Street.
Wow.
You know, there was a certain record label. I don't want to put the record label out there.
Okay.
You know, it was a underground record label, but they put a lot of remixes out that
You
had,
did.
Yeah, that had different people's names.
Wow.
Well, I got a little change for it. And then why I tell that story all the time is because you know this name, Kamish, my man Dre, from Blacklight.
Yeah.
I was, you know, I've known him since he's a promoter. I've known him since I was 12, right? And he didn't know that I DJ. I didn't know he was a promoter, right? So one night I had ran into him in the barbershop, and he was like, yeah, I got a party tonight. What you doing? You want to come? I was like, I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, sure, why not? He said, all right, I'm going to pick you up, and then we're going to rock to the party. So he came to my crib. He picked me up. On my way there, I had just finished doing
The
remixes. I had just finished doing one. So I said, yo, I didn't even listen to it fully yet. Like, I hadn't mastered it or nothing. So I said, yo, let me pop this in a CD. Let me pop it in your deck so I can listen to it. So he was like, yo, this is crazy. Who did this? I said, me. He was like, you DJ? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, I throw parties, bro. This is my party we going to.
Oh, snap.
I was like, you lying. He's like, yo, you DJ for real? And I was like, yeah. He said, yo, I got a DJ. And he don't never want to get to the party on time. He always want to come in late because my party
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my party start after work, and he never want to get there on time. My doors open at 5. He want to get there at 7, 8 o'clock.
Get out of here.
So I always got to have something going on during that time. But I would love to have a DJ that I could trust there. You want to do it? I'll pay you. I was like, pay me? He said, yeah, and you could play these. Play my own music and pay me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Who's the DJ? Self.
Wow.
So that's how me and Self
became cool.
became cool.
Oh, the place?
You know the place.
Let the world know.
The one on 14th Street? That spot?
No, what's the place? Let's see if you know the place, Commish.
It's a spot on 289 Spring Street.
There
I
you
was just
go.
there over the weekend.
There you go. It's a whole different vibe there now.
Yeah, it's like a furniture store or
Yeah,
something.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
The spot is Club Envy.
Oh, we were just talking
We
about
was just talking about Envy.
parking
Yep.
lot pimping.
Love that.
Yeah,
building.
and that's what really springboarded, you know, this energy that I got now.
Fun fact, it was a Thursday after work.
Yes, it was.
There was a
And that's
Wednesday
how you
night
got
party
started.
that I used to DJ.
So wait, so Self
And
was
that's
the
how we
DJ
did
that
it.
was always late or the
Yeah.
promoter?
No, Self was always want
Always
to come
late.
late. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Self used to always want to come. You remember that, right?
I remember.
Yeah, you was on the party.
Yeah,
I was-
he was
I
just
was-
saying
yeah.
Commish, about that Wednesday. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Thursday
Like
night.
you had, like I had something in for you. If you was out of town or something, I would sub for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. When's the next party that you're doing?
My next party?
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh.
Friday. I'm gonna be in Long Island. You know what I like to do? I'm now starting to come back to the city.
Okay.
You know, you see, that's why I got that call just now that you saw. They're trying to really bring. I was crushing the city, man. Like,
Do you miss the city?
no, I don't. Because the city that I remember, unless it goes back to then, I don't miss it. The city that I remember when we was crushing this city,
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think it could come back.
The parties that we used to go to, that y'all used to spin at. Was
Well, that's the time
crazy.
zone that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Time
That's when we
zone.
used to party for real.
Yo,
for
we-
real.
Yeah.
There was a time where I had nine residents a week.
Sheesh.
9 residents in a 7-day week. I had 9 residents.
Mm.
I was on,
That's wild.
yeah, I was on the east side and the west side. It was to the point, and the beautiful thing about when we really organized, I'm talking about my team, when my team really organized the initial stages, we were able to plot out, certain things, how much money you got paid, who did what night, who did where.
Yeah.
Who did which promoters. We plotted that out. They didn't even know we did, but we did. We plotted it out. So, being that I was a little older than most of the team, I didn't want to be in a real hoodish parties too much. I really wanted to only do, out of the 9, 2, and only because they paid real money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I got good money. Don't get it twisted.
But it
That was a whole that I learned so much by getting so much money at that time that my life, I was able to dictate my life differently.
So let me ask you a couple of crazy questions then. So, one, what was it like with you being this big up and coming DJ with the DJ groupies that Commission Knuckles never tell me about?
You stay asking this question.
Because
I know, right?
I'm always curious for someone, and since
DJ
he's from Brooklyn,
DJ groupies,
he'll be.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I'm
I'll be
saying.
hon-
I need
listen,
the
listen. I'm
honesty.
past them days now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man at home now, so I can really, and I've been through the tough times of what happens when it doesn't work out the way you plan. I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the groupies have.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a
especially
real
when
thing.
you move it. I don't know about now. You know why? Because now.
No, I'm just talking about your experience.
Well, like I said,
It was real.
In that nine
bet. It was-
resident time, it was real because
What?
you had a certain set of people who is real because out of the 9 they gonna be at 6 of them.
Right.
Okay.
You know.
So now, what was your most proud moment being the DJ? Like, what was the biggest event you ever did, other than the 50-year anniversary at the Gracie Mansion?
Which I definitely want to.
I was about to say, what's gonna top that?
I think that's the only time DJs were allowed in Gracie
I was
Mansion.
was
the
the very
first
first.
one.
That's crazy.
I was the first
And that was what,
one.
3 years ago, right?
Not
No, it's last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
50
Yeah,
years.
2023.
Oh, we're
2023.
way too ahead. But
I mean,
yeah,
how old is Gracie Mansion? Almost 200 years old or something like that?
and you're the first DJ to
It's
step
to the point
foot
where
in
that
there.
building was the only building on that block.
How was that party? What was that experience like?
Absolutely crazy. Like, it was. You gotta understand. It would be like if I was a rock and roll artist, and Elvis and James Brown and Chuck Berry and all of them is right here,
Right.
right? But we're doing it at the White House.
That's
You understand what I'm saying?
crazy. Yeah.
Think about that, because the Gracie Mansion is
New York's
New
White
York,
House.
New
Yeah.
York's White House, right? So, and they know who you are.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I always tell cats that, I deal with, Red and Marley. They like my big bros. Red Alert especially. Chuck, all of them. They like my big bros. Red Alert especially. Red Alert
He's the
is
sweetest man.
my big bro. I talk to him every day, right? I call him all the time, right? But when Flash came to me and was like, yo, you be killing it. I'm like,
That's Grandmaster Flash
this
saying that
is
to you.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is, and mind you, I knew Herc, because Herc used to come to parties. So I knew Herc.
Yeah, because he always flexing that.
Right.
hard.
I knew Herc before him, but I never, for some reason, and I know I got the Bronx in front of me, so don't punch me or none of that stuff. But for some reason, the aura of Herc for me, versus the aura of Flash wasn't the same. Like Flash was, oh my God, that's Grandmaster. I guess it's because, you know what, when I really started DJing, you know, when I really started listening to hip hop, let's do it that way. It wasn't Kool Herc, it was super rapping, Flash and the Furious 5. Then it was The Adventures of Grandmaster Flash, that first DJ vinyl.
Right.
So those are iconic to me. Like as a DJ, like those are iconic pieces of music. So for not only to meet them, but for Flash to then say, yo, you get busy.
That's an ultimate compliment.
You know, I'm like, whoa.
Ultimate compliment.
You know, and
That's
I'm
dope.
in Gracie Mansion or at the podium with the icons
With all
in
of
the
your
building.
peers watching you.
Mad
Were you
as hell.
nervous? Were you nervous?
As hell. I'll be honest with you, I don't get nervous.
I was about to say that, about not to cut you off. I've got the chance to play with you a couple of times. And I've never been with somebody so confident. Because there's a big difference from arrogant, and me and you and Commissioner have been around some
Right,
people.
yeah.
And different from arrogant and confident. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear it when he play. It ain't about what he say on the mic, just, you know, especially when he's established. You know what I mean? You put two established DJs there, we respect each other with our hands.
Facts.
And he plays his behind off. I've played in front of him and I've played behind him. And both S1s, because it's a different DJ when you play in front of him
It is.
opposed to behind.
It is.
And I've always applauded you on that.
Thank
he
you.
make
I
you step
appreciate
your,
it.
he make
I
you
feel the
step your
same way.
game up.
I feel
Like
the
he
same
make
way.
you better.
I feel
He
the
makes
same
you
way. I
better.
feel the same way about you and Commission.
Appreciate it.
My thing is, it's more so because I don't DJ for me, right? It's
Right.
about people came in there to have a good time. They spending their hard-earned money. You know what I'm saying? They want to enjoy themselves, and they're trusting me in assisting in making that happen. So I also don't walk in the building and just wing it. You know, I don't wing it.
You have a plan.
I know what I'm walking into a building and doing. Like, you knew who I was when I came here, right? Because you did your research, right?
Right.
So I do my research. I may not like, I don't like DJs that just go out there and they
Throw
plot
records
out their
on.
records and it's all. I can't stand that, because you don't know if the room gonna shift, or you don't know if what you thought the room was gonna be didn't turn out that way. So now you just way to the left, and the
And you
room
blaming them.
Yeah, and you blaming them, right? But more so, I'm more into the vibe of the room. So I have an idea. A good DJ is 5 records ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So, good DJ. Do you take requests at your parties?
Okay. I had a commission tell you about this one too. I take requests, but I take requests. Here we go. It's not just no. Listen, I take requests with the understanding. Like, my thing is this: the time of the party
Right.
matters with that request. The vibe of the party matters with that request. The request matters.
Right.
All right. I'm not one. I can't stand. Excuse me. I hear people that disrespect the person making the request and get out of here. I don't do that. You know why? Because 3 reasons you don't do that. 1, the reason I started with, they paid their money to come in there to have a good time.
Right.
That's 1. 2, that record may mean so much to their life. You understand? Like, it could change their whole day, right? They could be having a terrible day, and that record could really change them.
Yeah.
But then 3, here's another factor that people don't understand, and this is the business side of it, right? That person may have a real relationship with the person that's paying you.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay?
You don't never know who's making that
don't
request.
know who's who.
And you know what my slogan is for that? They might be the hairpiece of that, because it could be a female and she got a bunch of females with her,
Yep.
and all it takes is her to go back to that crew, and it changes from What did he say?
Yep, and then that's it.
Is it? Now you got a
And
bunch
the
of
party's over.
Yeah, the
Party's
party's
over.
here, but you got a bunch of deadheads like this.
Wait. Not only is the party over though, you got to think long run. You know what I'm saying? If you're a DJ, no DJ thinks party to party. If you're thinking party to party, don't do this, man. You're wasting people's
not
time.
at all.
Because they might
Right.
hire you from what
Right.
you're doing
They
at
might,
that time.
or they may not hire you
Right.
again. You understand? That might be the groupie. That might be the promoter groupie.
Yeah,
that
be careful.
Yeah.
that you done pissed off, and now when they leaving to go have breakfast, guess what she gonna tell him?
Don't hire him.
Don't hire him no more. And she gonna add on to the fact that it ain't gonna be just a DJ. I
Yeah.
mean, just a request. She gonna add on, and he was rude to me. And you know, she gonna put it all on there because she gonna put that weight on heavy. And then, hey baby, I got a book for next week. No, you don't. Yeah, I need him. Yeah, all right, bet. Take me home.
Sheesh.
You know,
Yo, that's a big part of the party.
it is.
It could be 800 people, and it'd be one chick with 10 girls.
That's it.
And that'd be, that's not good. Because now you feel her. You feel her have an attitude because you out of pocket with
Oh,
her.
man.
That's crazy.
Well,
That's
look,
crazy.
we're going to take a break real quick. We're going to come right back with more with DJ S1.
Where
The
Brooklyn
hypothetical,
at?
you ready?
Where Brooklyn? Yes,
You
sir.
ready for the hypothetical?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
It's your girl BX, DJ Kamish, DJ Knuckles. We be right back outside the booth.
Streaming online at party1019.com. This is New York's #1 for throwbacks. The new Party 1019, a Nexus radio station. The Big Apple is cranking real throwbacks.
New York City.
The new Party 1019, New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Yeah. We back. It's outside the booth. You know what it is. There's a bunch of underscores in that title. It don't matter. You see it. You see the pictures. You see Instagram. You see it laid up. You spell it right. Click on. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing, everybody?
Subscribe.
Kamish, what up?
I'm good, man.
How you
Life is
feeling?
good. S1 is here, so we good.
Yeah, of course,
yes.
man. It feels good, man. Hey, S, look, we got the part of the show where we do the hypothetical question, man. Of course, they voted me to do it. And I was like, okay, I'll take it.
You made it up.
Yeah, I made it up, but then you talked to her.
you
Which
gonna say I
you
gotta
heard her
do?
twice today, right? But it's a dope idea because I think of that third question.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To make people talk, dig into their head, and go outside of our booth. That's what our theme is.
I dig it.
Now, we're going to go back. Howard University. Now, yeah, you was DJing, picking, finding your way. But what were you in Howard University for? Because I know that's a great school, your major. So that means that, and I'm asking this because whatever your major was, if you didn't become a DJ, would have came out of Howard
That's a
University?
great question.
Okay. Well, I've always been artistic my entire life. I love to draw. I've always been artistic.
Okay.
But
Artistic meaning what?
drawing,
Music?
like physically. I've
Okay.
always been, I love to draw, love to paint, love to do all of
okay.
that stuff. I even did a whole little time doing the little graffiti stuff, not on the trains, but
You didn't
had
go
the book.
bombing?
Nah, not at all. You had the book, and, I did all of that stuff. So I went to Brooklyn Technical High School.
Oh, I know them.
And
Arch rival.
Right. So
Know the
my major at Tech was architecture.
Oh, you would have
then-
been paid.
Yeah,
Still,
then
no matter what.
Well, not really. I'm gonna tell you, it's great because I might have. No one.
Yeah, because architects make money.
But here's architects. I went to Howard for architecture as well, and the craft of architecture has changed. It became digital.
Yeah.
It came the technology kicked in, and the actual drafting part is gone because it's a computer doing it now. So maybe because I'm like I said, I love technology and I love.
Right. I was about to carve you just now.
Yeah,
You went from the
'cause
milk crate to the case.
Yeah,
flight case
I thought about it.
to Serato.
I did. I thought about it. And let me tell you something. It's funny that you put it just like that, and it's funny that Commission's on the line.
Yes.
You know why?
Commission
Because,
is a part of it.
it's funny because Commission, I don't know if you remember this, Commission, but Commission was one of the first cats I saw on Serato.
Everybody
And,
knows
Yes.
that.
and
He
I
is.
told him
He
one
is.
night, we were in, I think it was Mars 20 with 12, and I said, yo, you cheating. I told you cheating. You cheating because Serato at that time, to me, was cheating because you get Q points and all of that stuff. Yeah. It took away the DJ aspect of DJ to me at that time. But then I realized technology. No, you got to master the technology. I could give anybody the Serato, and not anybody could use it.
Now, commissioner is the commissioner of the Serato.
Yeah, I believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, but I
Every
was
DJ that's come up has always given you your flowers with
Take
letting
that
them
reign,
know,
bro, 'cause
with
you and
saying
Mel
you
Star.
introduced them
He did.
to Serato.
He did.
Absolutely.
I will 100% give Commish the credit
take
on
that.
that. Because
Yeah.
Commish, I swear, I remember, I could still see it. I was like, yo, you cheating, bro. And he was like, no, you better get with it. And then me and Self had the conversation on, are we going to switch over? And I was like, if I'm going to switch over, I'm going 100%. Like, I couldn't go. Self was like, you use your computer when you can, and then, if you need to, but then sometimes you back on the CDs. And I was like, nah, if I'm going to go that way, I'm going all the way, right? Like, it's not going to be no, he said, but you're going to run into some buildings that's not going to be Serato ready. And then I did my research. I could still utilize that same stuff. Remember you had the what was
box.
it, the Scratch Live box?
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the box, just plug it in.
Just plug it in, and then
as
you
your
still
RCA
going.
wires was
Yeah,
good.
as long as your RCA wires were good. Facts.
Yeah.
So then, at that point, I realized that the technology is something that I could do my homework. Put it that way. If I do my homework, I can be very, very knowledgeable about it. And then I met people at Serato, which made every better. Shout out to OP Miller. Once I met OP, it was a wrap, because now I got everything. You know what I'm saying? And
My very first hard drive was from him. Me and Scoop went to go. We bumped into him in Switzerland, and they were promoting it hard. And I was already on it because Mel Star brought it to me.
Right.
But I knew Commish had it, and I was like, "Let's go." And he came to me with the Western Digital book.
Yes. Yes.
The tone with the round rings on it.
Yep.
Everything on it. Everything on it. It was great.
Here's the funny thing. I've never met anybody from Serato.
Are you serious? Oh, I'm gonna bring you. You gotta meet OP, man. OP.
Yeah.
OP gave me, like, I'm fully loaded with Serato everything. Like,
Wow.
anything you need from Serato. Because what it is remember, everybody's a DJ now. Everybody's a DJ. So once the people at Serato realize that you really DJ,
then they ready to give you.
they give you
ready
whatever.
to give you
Them,
what you
I
want.
say that my two favorite companies, and this ain't a plug. I'm not plugging any company because they're not cutting no check this way. It's just love. You know what I'm saying? Serato and Pioneer have really helped me to continue what I'm doing.
That's dope.
They stay on top of it, and if I need something, I got somebody I could call.
That's awesome. I have a
That's
question
dope.
for you. I have a question for you. Who are your 5 top DJs of all time?
All
on your
time?
list? All time.
I could answer that. Number one, crazy. You want to laugh? Number one, and there's reasons behind this.
Okay.
It's not skill, because a lot of DJs have skill. A lot of DJs. The reason why I have my list is people who are influential to my career.
I
All
love
right.
it.
So my
I love
number
that.
one DJ of all time, my favorite DJ of all time, is nobody else's but a couple of people. Teddy Ted, Awesome 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just because you said his name, I'm about to
Shout
get
out to
up
him.
and bow to you, yo.
Huh?
I'm about to get up and bow to you
Yeah.
for saying his name.
Yeah, Teddy Ted, Awesome
That's
2.
dope.
Why?
89.1?
Because exactly, I'm before that. Teddy Ted was on 105.9 WHBI with it was the Awesome 3 show at the time. It wasn't Awesome 2, but it used to come on in the middle of the night. I was a shorty. I mean, I must have been 15 years old. And they used to come on, and Ted is not that much older than me, so he was a teenager doing this. But he was, their show used to come on, and that's, hip-hop wasn't even on it wasn't on regular radio yet. So the only time you could hear it on the radio would be on this West Indian station. 105.9 was a West Indian station, Gil Bailey, that played hip-hop late. Like, you'd have to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning to hear hip-hop. Red Alert came from there. Supreme Team came from there. And Teddy Ted was the first DJ that was a DJ that used to cut and scratch and do all that stuff. I was like, I love this. And I used to do it. You know, my uncles was DJs too, so I'll get up the next morning. I'll be trying to do everything he did.
Messing up their needles.
Right. So Teddy Ted is one. Red Alert and Marley would have to be two. I have to put them both together. Yeah, because
that's right. Drop a bomb for Red Alert. I love him.
They taught me radio ready. They were radio ready, right? 3 is somebody I'm sure y'all never heard of because he passed away a long time ago, but he was my man DJ Roski. Roski, I started DJing with him. He was one of the first talented DJs that I ever heard in my life, skill-wise. And he was fearless. Like, so we would come from East New York and we would go to Union Square when Red was on. And we would be in Union Square. And Red Alert used to have a thing that if you pressed it enough, like if your music was good enough, you pressed it, he'd get it on. You know what I'm saying? Just he listened to it, it's good, I'll play it. If you pressed him enough that you was a DJ, he let you get 2 minutes, 3 minutes to see what you got. And I remember Ra got on in Union Square, and he bodied it with skills for like 5 minutes.
And that's all he needed.
That's all he needed, right? But I put him in my top 5 because his energy is what progressed me to want to continue to go. Then he passed away. He got killed. When he got killed, now I have to dedicate. So he remains in my top 5.
That's awesome.
Number 4 would be, I'm trying to go like this. Number 4 would probably be, I don't really want to put him at number 4. No disrespect to him, but I'm going to have to put him at number 4, Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff.
He's number 1 and 2 for a lot of DJs that's been up there so far.
Because when you see 5, it's the flip. It's the flip. Notice I ain't put Flash in there. Yeah. Flash is iconic. He's
above the list. He's a god.
Right. He's above the list.
Okay.
Jazzy Jeff. When I go like this, because it's Jazzy Jeff and it's Cash Money. Those two, I go like this.
Because they neck and neck.
Because they're the same DJ, right? It's just one more than the other because one got more popularity than the other. Yeah. Why I go like this, there's value to that popularity. You understand what I'm saying? But Cash Money was the first one I heard doing all that stuff that Jazzy Jeff does. I was at Howard at the time. And when the Union Square Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince thing came out, I had heard Cash Money do all that stuff already. Yeah. But he didn't, because his MC, do you know who his MC was? Let me see who knows who.
Cash Money, was it, what's his name? See, I got a brain fart right now.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about Tat Money.
Right.
I'm off. They from the same city. Cash Money.
He stumped me. I don't remember.
You was thinking Steady B, right? Cool C was with Steady B. He was at Cash Money.
I remember them too.
Because he got caught up in the
bank robbery.
In the bank robbery that derailed both their careers.
Wow.
Correct. So, but
that's crazy.
Right, but behind that, Cash Money still maintained his skill level to this day.
That's dope.
Play it cool.
Yes, you got it.
It's cool.
It's cool C.
Yeah,
right. So that's my top 5, and they're my top 5. Not for skills more so than what they brought to me.
That's a different list. I like your list.
Yeah. That's homework.
That's a really dope list.
That's a dope list. I don't know Cash Money. I've never heard of him.
Look him up. You can look him up.
I'm gonna look him up. But before we go,
whoa.
Wait a minute. Wait, what you was about to say?
Hold on.
Because I have.
We cannot in any segment without giving this man his flowers.
Yes.
Or something that we did not speak about, which we just spoken about maybe 50 minutes ago. You, sir, S1, you had mentioned about a team that you had. This particular team formed, I guess I want to say 2002, maybe 2002. 2002. This team is still around today. This team is called the Union.
Mm-hmm.
You are, I want to say, a founder of the Union.
Correct.
So it's Union time. That's you?
Yeah. That's
yes.
So I never knew that. You're the CEO?
Yeah. I ran the Union. I ran the Union.
I seen that you were part of the Union, but I know you was the CEO.
Yeah, I ran the Union for About 12 years.
That's dope.
Right.
Talk to you.
It's Union time. It's Swiss Beats.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
How did that come about?
What? It's Union time. That
Yeah.
No, the union is a group.
The union. That's easy. The union. We was all running together at that time. You was around. We was all running together.
It was all at Envy.
Yeah, we was all at Envy. Will was on a different night. Me and Self was on Thursdays. Will was on
Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays and Saturdays with Flex. And we started doing outside parties. We were doing a bunch of outside parties. And what ended up happening was we started realizing that cats weren't getting paid,
What they
the
deserve.
way they supposed to get paid. So we said, all right, check it out. If we just withhold doing these parties or they pay us, what's gonna happen? We
That's
doing
you.
all these
Y'all the
parties.
union.
Yeah, we doing all these parties. So just fall back. Like, listen, this is our minimum. And our minimum, if you're paying the minimum, that means you got to get an opener and a closer. So you're gonna end up to the whole budget anyway. So you could just give me the whole budget.
And I'm gonna rock out.
And we're gonna rock out. I'm gonna be on time and I'm gonna rock out. And if I need, here's the catch, where the union comes in important. If I can't be there, say I'm booked, I could get you Will, or I could get you Self, or I could get you Cap.
All
Rest in
top-notch
peace.
DJs.
Yeah, I could get one.
Top
They just
tier.
gonna come fill in for me,
Top tier.
right? Yeah. So we did it like that, and then at that point, when we got together, we picked, like I said, we structured time, location, what promoters we gonna rock with, what promoters we were also known to put you on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Like if you did
play-
me,
you
if-
play-
yeah,
you playing-
you did me
playing my
dirty.
face,
If
yeah.
you did me dirty as a promoter, if you did me dirty,
You on the shelf.
you on the shelf. So now you're gonna call Will. Will go, nah, I can't take it. Call Self. Oh, nah, I can't take it.
Nah, it's a real union.
Yeah, now you gotta go over there. You know what I'm saying? You want to try them? Go ahead, right ahead. And then once you go over there, anybody that call me when their party's going there, I'm taking it. Because we gonna crush your party.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before we go, I have to ask you what I ask all of our guests.
Oh boy.
See, it's not even something bad. It's actually a great question.
He's been talking to you for an hour.
I know.
Well, listen, me and him were talking, okay? Okay. What advice would you give a young DJ S1, a.k.a. Snatch One?
A young me,
Yeah. Young up-and-coming you. What advice?
young up and coming me.
Yes. What would you give
Be
you?
more patient. Be more patient. I'm patient now. I'm very patient now. I'm very withdrawn to a certain degree. I'm aggressive when I need to be. Everybody in this game don't play with me. But I was a lot more aggressive coming up. A lot more. And sometimes it burnt a couple of bridges. Where if I would have just chilled for a second, probably wouldn't have burnt that bridge. But I never regret anything either though. So, maybe the bridge got burned for a reason. I'm a God-fearing man. God took that person out of my way. But I would be more patient though, because I was moving. I was
Still moving.
Yeah, but
Still
I'm moving with
moving.
purpose now.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, you was moving with a purpose then too.
Not like now though. Not like now.
We all evolved.
Do you credit that to age and experience?
No.
The way you move?
You want to be honest? You know what I credit a lot of my patience and my direction and all that to?
To your wife.
No, I
Oh.
credit it to the IRS.
Oh.
Facts. I credit it to the IRS. The IRS made me think about it because I got audited, and I'm not ashamed to tell people that I'm one of the first DJs that, because remember I told you I was doing parties on the east side, parties in the hood on the west side. That's what I call the hood, the west side. The parties on the east side were very different in how they ran their business. Parties on the west side, them cats was getting that cash money at the door. They was paying you cash money, it's off and moving. Parties on the east side, they were paying you but checks. They were
Invoices,
right. So they were
W-9s.
filing, and I wasn't filing
You
that I
wasn't
was
claiming that
right.
money.
I was receiving this money. So it got to a point where social network had kicked in, and I found out by being audited that there's a whole department that focuses around social network.
What?
Yeah, so they have a scale pretty much that tells you based on the amount of events that you've done, how much money you should have made.
Sheesh.
ballpark. It's low end,
they
but it was
watching
there.
you. They watching.
So they had. I had brought this. I had another team. Your commission table when we was in Lafayette. That's IMS.
Yep. IMS DJs.
Yeah, I brought the actual letter from the IRS to the meeting. Cats didn't believe me.
I remember that.
I said no. IRS said I own $76,000.
$76,000.
$76,000.
Oh my God.
I brought the letter, put it right on the table. Boom. Y'all
Do
think
you
I'm
still
playing?
have both your kidneys?
I mean, nah. You know what?
Did you sell it?
No nonsense. I was making it then. So
you had to pay it.
You know what's funny? Patience. I didn't have patience. I paid it like an idiot, and then my accountant, because I ended up getting accountants and legal lawyers. My accountant was like, "You didn't have to pay all that.
Yeah,
you know,
you could have got it.
We could have. Yeah, we could have got some of that taken off. Lesson learned. No patience.
Well, y'all hear it here first from DJ S1, aka DJ Snatch One.
Wow.
Don't leave your crates around him.
Facts.
Thank you for pulling up and sharing your experience with us.
No doubt.
Yeah,
we
we got
too.
to have you back because there's a lot more that's,
Yeah,
we
that
don't
YouTube
know
story
about
is
the
that's
first
deep.
half of your career.
That's
In like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's a whole big 10-year part.
We're gonna have to do a
15-year
2
part that
every
we have to talk about. So we got to have you back.
1 hour is not enough. We're gonna need to do 2 hours.
Oh,
What
wow.
I guess
Hey,
we have
he
to
got a
do
long
2 hours.
story,
What
man.
I guess, but I know he has things he gotta go do.
Yeah,
Hey,
I gotta
tell
get-
everybody where they can follow you on your social media.
Everything is DJ S1 events. Everything DJ S1 events. Okay. If you see DJ S2 or DJ 2S events that ain't me. All
You're
right.
gonna snatch him off the booth.
All right.
Snatch him off
DJ
the
S,
booth.
and that's DJ S, the #1 events on everything.
All right, y'all stay tuned. This your girl BX, DJ Commission, DJ Knuckles.
What up, y'all? Mr. 212. I enjoyed Mr. Brooklyn, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I gotta
for
talk
having
to
me.
you after this. Thank you
doubt.
for coming through. Y'all stay tuned. We outside the booth.
What?
The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.